My friends, it is an absolute truth. Your sleep is your most powerful manifestation tool. What if I told you that the secret to possessing your deepest desires has nothing to do with the hustle and struggle of the world? What if the life you've always dreamed of is not won by the sweat of your brow, but by the stillness of your soul? Just imagine closing your eyes tonight and waking up tomorrow in a world that has already begun to shift in your favor. You see, sleep is not merely a biological rest for a weary body. It is your most potent subconscious manifestation chamber, a divine gateway where reality is effortlessly molded while you dream. Tonight, we shall pull back the veil and reveal how to transform your nightly rest into a powerful, passive engine for attracting wealth and every reality you dare to claim. Let us touch upon the hidden power of this nightly ritual. Every evening you perform an act that most of humanity treats with casual indifference. But you are about to discover that you have been standing on the threshold of a great power without ever knowing how to turn the key. The hidden power of your nightly ritual. Let us look for a moment at this thing we call sleep. Every inhabitant of this earth, from the king to the beggar, must eventually surrender to this nightly ritual. You lay down your weary body, you close your eyes, and you slip away from this world of shadows. But I ask you tonight, where do you go? Most people believe sleep is merely a biological necessity, a way to rest the muscles and quiet the brain. They see it as a period of nothingness. But I tell you, sleep is the most active, most potent moment of your entire day. It is the hidden gateway. It is the moment when the conscious mind, that doubting, fearful, logical part of you, steps aside and allows you to enter the presence of your own inner creator. You see, you have been taught that you are helpless in the dark, but just imagine, Jan, if you knew that the 8 hours you spend in slumber are actually hours of intense construction. Your physical body may be still, but your subconscious mind, which is the very womb of God, never sleeps. She is wide awake, listening. She is watching the mood you wear as you cross the threshold of sleep. She doesn't hear your words, she feels your vibration. If you enter sleep in the state of, I am tired, I am frustrated, I am worried about tomorrow's bills, you are not merely resting. You are actually instructing the universe to bring you more reasons to be tired and frustrated when you wake. You are using a divine tool for your own destruction. I want to touch upon a secret that most will never understand. You have at your disposal a manifestation chamber that requires no money, no struggle, and no outside help. What if tonight you stopped treating sleep as an escape from your problems and started treating it as the bridge to your solutions? What if you realized that the 5 minutes before you drift off are the most important 5 minutes of your life? Stay with me, for I am going to show you how to stop falling into sleep and start ascending into the reality you desire. You are about to discover that your bed is not just a place of rest, it is a throne of creation. Now, let us move deeper. I want to introduce a concept that may seem radical to your waking mind, but your soul will recognize it as truth. You have been taught that you are only creative when you are awake, when you are working, thinking, or struggling with your hands. I tell you, this is a grand illusion. The world you see when your eyes are open is not the cause, it is the result. It is the frozen echo of what you did in the silence. Sleep is not a pause in your life. It is the very state where your life is written. Think of it this way. Your waking life is the motion picture on the screen, but sleep is the dark room where the film is developed. Imagine the implications of this. I want you to really touch upon the magnitude of what I'm saying. What if your most powerful manifestation tool was not a book or a ritual or a magic word, but a state you enter every single night of your life? What if, while you were unconscious to the world, you were actually more conscious than ever in the realm of the spirit? You have been using this tool since the day you were born, but you have been using it unconsciously. You have been like a master musician playing a divine instrument while asleep, often striking discordant notes of fear and lack without even knowing why your life sounds so out of tune. Ask yourself this: if you knew beyond any shadow of a doubt that the mood you carry into sleep tonight would be the physical reality you walk into tomorrow, would you still carry your worries across that threshold? Would you still dwell on the facts of your bank account or the coldness of a lover? No. You would guard those moments before sleep as if they were pure gold. Because, my friends, they are gold. You are standing at the edge of a power so vast that it can move mountains while you simply breathe in the dark. You have been a king sleeping in the rags of a beggar, unaware that the kingdom is waiting for your command. Now, let us learn how to wake up to this power before your head even hits the pillow. Now let us dive into the very core of this revelation. Many teachers speak of the subconscious as a storehouse of memory, a dusty basement of the mind. I tell you, it is nothing of the sort. The subconscious is the very womb of God. It is the I am in action. In my years of studying the great mystery, I discovered that the subconscious is completely impersonal. It does not argue, it does not judge, it does not know the difference between a dream and a hard fact of the physical world. It simply takes the feeling you give it and begins with a wisdom passing that of the human brain to clothe that feeling in physical form. I want you to imagine this. Every night as you slip into the state of sleep, you are performing a sacred marriage. Your conscious mind, the male, the giver, is planting a seed in the subconscious. The female, the receiver. The question I have for you, and I want you to be honest with yourself, what seeds are you planting? If you go to bed thinking of your problems, you are impregnating the subconscious with the idea of problem. And she, being a faithful bride, will give birth to more problems in your world tomorrow. She cannot help it. It is her nature to say yes to whatever you feel to be true. Okay, let us touch upon the beauty of this. If the subconscious is the power that moves the stars and directs the flow of the tides, and you have direct access to it every single night, then you are never, ever a victim of circumstance. You are not a puppet of fate. You are the master of your destiny, but only if you take control of the gateway of sleep. You see, the subconscious is most receptive when the senses are stilled. When you are in that drowsy, almost gone state, the veil between your world and the world of the infinite is at its thinnest. This is your moment of absolute power. This is where you speak your reality into being, not with words, but with the deep pulsing feeling of being exactly who you want to be. Now, you might ask me, Neville, why is sleep so much more effective than my daytime affirmations? I will tell you. During the day, you are under the tyranny of the senses. You look at your bank account and it says empty. You look at your health and it says ill. Your conscious, waking mind acts as a guard at the door, constantly shouting, this is not true, that is impossible. But my friends, as you drift into that beautiful hazy borderland, what the scientists today call the theta state, the guard goes on holiday. In this state, the logical mind, with all its limiting beliefs and its reasons why not, begins to dissolve. The resistance that keeps you tethered to your current problem simply vanishes. You are no longer a person restricted by a past. You are pure consciousness, standing in the presence of infinite possibility. Imagine this. Your subconscious is like a master builder. During the day, you try to give him instructions, but your conscious mind keeps snatching the papers away, saying, we can't afford that, or we don't deserve this. But at night, the builder is alone. This is the nightly bypass. In these precious moments, you can walk right past the sleeping guard and hand your blueprint directly to the master. Whatever you impress upon the subconscious now, without the interference of your waking doubts, is accepted as an absolute command. It is like pouring liquid gold into a mold. Once it is impressed, it must take shape. Okay, look at the power you hold. You don't have to fight your old beliefs. You don't have to argue with your logic. You simply have to outweight them. When you feel that first wave of drowsiness wash over you, realize that the door is swinging open. You are being invited to rewrite the script of your life. Every night is a fresh page. Every night is an opportunity to impress a new reality so deeply that when you wake up, the old world has no choice but to fade away, making room for the new blueprint you laid down in the dark. Do you see? You are not a victim of your thoughts. You are the architect who chooses which thoughts to take to bed. Now we come to the how. It is all well and good to know that sleep is a powerhouse, but how do you practically tonight direct this giant? I want to introduce you to a technique I have used my entire life. I call it the state akin to sleep, or simply SATS. You see, you must not try to manifest. Effort is the very thing that keeps your desires away. Instead, you must learn the art of controlled passivity. As you lie in your bed tonight, do not think of your desire. That puts it in the future. You must think from it, Majin. You are already the person you want to be. Don't just visualize a picture on a screen that is too cold, too distant. I want you to enter the picture. If you desire wealth, do not see a pile of money. Instead, feel the weight of it in your hands, feel the texture of the paper, or better yet, hear the voice of a friend saying, "I've never seen you look so successful. Isn't it wonderful?" Hear those words. Feel the thrill of them. This is what I mean by feeling the wish fulfilled. You are not hoping it becomes true. You are experiencing it as a finished fact in the only place that matters, your imagination. Now here is the secret most people miss. To impress the subconscious, you must keep the scene short and simple. A 3 or 4 second act is enough, and then you loop it. As you feel yourself drifting off, play that scene over and over. Feel the warmth of the handshake. Smell the air of your new home. Do it until it takes on the tones of reality. Do it until you can no longer distinguish between the dream and the physical world. You are saturating your mind with the mood of your success. You are falling asleep in the state of your wish fulfilled. When you do this, you have won. You have successfully planted the seed, and as you lose consciousness to this world, you are wide awake in the world of the Spirit, where your word is law. Okay, try this tonight. Just try it. Don't be serious about it. Be playful. You are like a child playing a game of pretend. But remember, this game is the most serious business in the universe. If you can fall asleep tonight actually feeling that you are already what you want to be, I promise you, on the authority of my own experience, you will wake up in a world that must, by a law that cannot be broken, hasten to manifest that state for you. You don't need a miracle. You simply need to feel that it is already done. Now let us get down to the very fabric of your life. I do not want you to leave this to chance. You must be specific, for the subconscious is a master craftsman. It needs a clear design. I want to touch upon how you might apply this to the 3 great pillars of human desire: your wealth, your health, and your love. Imagine, if you will, that you seek financial abundance. Do not merely think of more money. That is too vague. Instead, as you lay your head on the pillow tonight, feel the cold, solid weight of a pen in your hand. See your own signature on a document that signifies your financial freedom. Or perhaps feel the texture of the fine leather in the car you've always wanted to drive. Don't look at the car, sit in it. Smell the newness of it. Breathe it in until your heart beats with the thrill of possession. This is not a dream. This is your future, casting its shadow upon the present. And what of your body? If you seek health, do not dwell on the illness. To do so is to invite more of it to dinner. Instead, imagine you are standing before a mirror. See your eyes sparkling with the fire of life. Feel the strength in your limbs as you stretch. Hear a loved one say to you with genuine awe, "I have never seen you look so radiant. You look 20 years younger." Feel the pride of that statement. Feel the relief of it. Carry that feeling of "I am whole" into the deep, and the subconscious will rebuild your temple while you sleep. And for those seeking love, that do not look for a face, look for a feeling. Feel the weight of a wedding ring on your finger. Twist it. Feel the metal against your skin. Hear the quiet, steady breathing of your ideal partner beside you in the dark. You are not looking for love. You are sleeping in the consciousness of being adored. You see, okay? It is the sensory vividness that acts as the ink on the contract. I want you to pick one tonight, just one. Don't try to change the whole world in a single night. Pick the one that would mean the most to you and saturate your mind with the vividness of it. If you can feel the coldness of the door handle to your new home or the warmth of a congratulatory hug, you have bypassed all the hows and whys of the world. You have moved straight to the end. And I promise you, the end always, always justifies the means. You will be led through a series of events you could never have devised to the physical harvest of what you planted in the silence of your bed. Now we must speak of the blueprint. You see, a single night of feeling is a powerful thing, but the true magic, the true transformation happens when you return to that state night after night until it becomes your natural dwelling place. I want you to understand that you are not just wishing. You are programming. You are like a captain setting the coordinates of a great ship. Once the coordinates are locked into the subconscious, the ship must reach its destination, regardless of the winds or the waves of the external world. When you consistently fall asleep in the assumption that your desire is fulfilled, you are building a new blueprint of yourself. You are literally rewriting the laws of your own personal universe. I have often said that the naturalness of the state is the secret to its manifestation. If you feel like a millionaire for 5 minutes but spend the rest of your day feeling like a beggar, you are a house divided. But if every night, as you enter the silence, you consistently drape the robe of wealth around your shoulders, if you feel the "I am" of your success so often that it no longer feels strange or new, then, my friends, it has become your blueprint. Or, the subconscious does not respond to what you want. It responds to who you are. By repeating this nightly ritual, you are convincing your inner self that this new reality is the only reality. You are saturating the very cells of your being with a new truth. And once the subconscious is convinced, it will move heaven and earth to bring that blueprint into the light of day. Okay, look at it this way. Imagine you are an architect. You wouldn't change the design of your house every single day and expect it to be built, would you? No. You would hold to the vision. Tonight, and every night this week, I want you to walk into that same manifestation chamber. Use the same scene, feel the same handshake, hear the same "Isn't it wonderful?" Do not look for results in the morning. Do not check the facts of the world to see if it's working. That is like digging up a seed to see if it's growing. Just stay in the state. If you go to sleep in the consciousness of being that which you want to be, you have already succeeded. The world has no choice but to follow. You are no longer attracting things. You are becoming the version of yourself that already possesses them. The subconscious does not respond to what you want, it responds to who you are. By repeating this nightly ritual, you are convincing your inner self that this new reality is the only reality. You are saturating the very cells of your being with a new truth. And once the subconscious is convinced, it will move heaven and earth to bring that blueprint into the light of day. Okay, look at it this way. Imagine you are an architect. You wouldn't change the design of your house every single day and expect it to be built, would you? No, you would hold to the vision. Tonight and every night this week, I want you to walk into that same manifestation chamber. Use the same scene, feel the same handshake, hear the same, isn't it wonderful? Do not look for results in the morning. Do not check the facts of the world to see if it's working. That is like digging up a seed to see if it's growing. Just stay in the state. If you go to sleep in the consciousness of being that which you want to be, you have already succeeded. The world has no choice but to follow. You are no longer attracting things. You are becoming the version of yourself that already possesses them. There is a great misconception in the world that manifestation requires willpower or hustle. I tell you, that is the way of the Caesar, not the way of the mystic. Once your subconscious has accepted the new reality you gave it in the silence of sleep, manifestation becomes effortless. You do not have to make things happen. You simply watch them unfold. It is like a seed that has finally cracked its shell. It doesn't struggle to grow. It simply obeys the life force within it. When you have successfully impressed your I am with a new state, you will find yourself moved, often by a series of coincidences you could never have planned, toward your goal. You will do the right thing at the right time without even knowing why you're doing it. This is the beauty of the law. You don't find your way finds you. And here is the secret of the nightly ritual. It compounds. Do not think of each night as a separate, isolated event. Imagine that each night you fall asleep in your wish fulfilled, you are adding a fresh coat of reality to your internal blueprint. The first night, the image might feel faint. The second night, it gains color. By the seventh night, it has become so solid, so heavy in your mind that it carries its own gravitational pull. Each night builds upon the last, strengthening the conviction until the inner state becomes more real to you than the bed you are lying in. When the inner reality outweighs the outer facts, the world must, and I mean must, break and rearrange itself to match your internal mold. Okay, imagine for a moment the relief of this. You can stop fighting the world. You can stop trying to change people or circumstances. Every night is an opportunity to add another layer of done to your desire. Each night you are making the new you more familiar and the old you more like a distant memory. I want you to feel the peace in that. You aren't building a mountain all at once. You are simply laying one perfect brick of feeling every night before you drift off. Soon, without effort, you will look up and find that you're living inside the palace you built in the dark. It is a compounding miracle that no power on earth can stop once you have set it in motion. Now let us talk about the morning. What happens when you open your eyes and return to this world of 3 dimensions? If you have truly done the work in the silence, if you have fallen asleep clothed in the mood of your wish fulfilled, you will find that you wake up with a strange, new knowing. You will feel a sense of peace that passes all understanding. The world hasn't changed yet, but you have. And because you have changed, the world must follow. You will begin to notice subtle yet profound shifts. You might receive a phone call out of the blue. You might take a different route to work and meet exactly the person you needed to see. These are not accidents, my friends. These are the bridges of incident that your subconscious is building to lead you to your harvest. Imagine waking up and no longer feeling the need to make things happen. Instead, you feel the urge to act. There is a great difference. When you have impressed the subconscious, you are moved by a power greater than your own. You will find yourself saying the right words, being in the right place, and making the right decisions, all with a peculiar sense of ease. Okay, look at the world around you today. Do not see it as fixed or final. See it as a mirror that is currently adjusting itself to the new face you showed it last night. The facts of your life are merely the echoes of your past feelings, but the new feeling you carried into sleep, that is the commander of your future. As you walk through your day, stay in the perfume of that nightly mood. Don't let the shadows of the world convince you that nothing has changed. Something has changed. The command has been given, and it cannot be revoked. I want you to touch upon this truth. You are no longer waiting for your life to begin. You are watching it unfold. Every person you meet, every event that occurs, is now a part of the how that your subconscious is orchestrating. Your only job during the day is to remain faithful to the secret you shared with the silence last night. Wake up and assume the dignity of the person you have become. Walk as though you're already the wealthy, healthy, loved individual you felt yourself to be in the dark. If you remain faithful to that inner image, you will see it solidify into hard, cold fact right before your eyes. You have used the most powerful tool in the universe, and now you simply get to enjoy the results. Now I must give you this final vital warning. Once you have planted the seed in the fertile soil of sleep, once you have felt the doneness of your desire, you must let it be. I want you to touch upon the concept of the Sabbath. The Sabbath is not a day of the week, it is a state of mind. It is that interval of time where you no longer pray for the thing because you already have it. You must have the patience and the divine detachment to stop asking how and when. The how is the business of the subconscious, and I promise you its ways are higher than your ways. It has methods of bringing your desire to pass that your logical mind could never conceive in 1,000 years. If you try to help it, you only hinder it. You cannot help the sun to rise, and you cannot help the subconscious to create. Your only job is to remain in the state of the finished fact. Imagine for a moment, if you truly believed that your wish was already a reality in the realm of the spirit, would you be worried about how it will show up? No, you would be at peace. This detachment is not giving up. It is the ultimate form of faith. It is saying, I have seen the end and I am satisfied. When you wake up and go about your day, do not look for signs. Do not beg the universe for proof. To look for proof is to admit you don't believe it's done its son. Instead, walk with a quiet inner smile. Trust that the subconscious is, at this very moment, rearranging the lives of people you've never met and orchestrating events in distant places, all to bring your blueprint to life. Your impatience only signals a lack of possession. Your peace signals that the harvest is certain. Okay, my friends, tonight as you prepare to cross the threshold into the great silence, do so with the dignity of a creator. Do not go to bed as a seeker. Go to bed as a finder. Drape your desired reality around you like a silken robe. Feel the warmth of it. Feel the weight of it. And as you lose consciousness in this world, do so with the words, thank you, on your lips, and the feeling of it is done in your heart. I am Neville Goddard, and I tell you the world is yours. Now go into the silence and claim it. It is done. You stand now at a crossroads. You can go to bed tonight as you have for years, treating sleep as a mere escape, a temporary death to a life you find unsatisfying. Or you can choose to wake up to your divine inheritance. I am calling you to transform your sleep from a state of passive rest into a throne of active, conscious creation. Do not wait for a better time. Do not wait until you have more faith. Faith is not something you have. It is something you do. And you do it by making the decision right now that the 5 minutes before you drift off tonight are the most sacred minutes of your existence. You are no longer a victim of the night. You are the master of it. Imagine Just imagine the thrill of knowing that as you lie still tonight, you are actually moving the world. I want you to touch upon the sheer power that is pulsing within you at this very moment, okay? From this night forward, let your bed be your laboratory. Let your pillow be the place where you meet your destiny. You don't need to study more. You don't need to struggle more. You simply need to assume. Tonight, as you feel that first wave of drowsiness, drop the old story. Drop the I am not and the I cannot. Instead, take a deep breath and wrap yourself in the I am of your highest desire. Sleep in that state. Breathe in that state. Dwell in it until you and the state are one. The world is waiting for you to change your mind about yourself. It is a mirror, and it can only reflect what you provide. So, tonight, provide it with a masterpiece. Go to sleep as the person you have always dreamed of being. Do not let the world tell you it isn't true. If you feel it to be true in the silence, it is the only truth that matters. The gateway is open. The builder is ready. The power is yours. Go now and dream yourself into being. It is done.